Chief Minister Nongthongpam Biren announces various assurances, including opening of over 100-bedded COVID-19 dedicated hospital at Jennings in a week. Health Director Dr. K. Rajo says CMOs concerned have been asked to submit relevant reports to return funeral expenses taken from families of those who died of COVID-19. Manipur reports 155 new COVID-19 cases and one death case in last 24 hours. A death toll reaches 295. Congress MLA K. Ranjit slams BJP-led state government of failing to acknowledge the significance of opposition parties in governance. YLYC Club Nongsum appeals to government and civil bodies to find 60-year-old Sagol Sem Tolika from Nongsum who went missing in Delhi. India's COVID-19 tally nearing 96 lakhs with over 36,000 new cases reported in last 24 hours. Recovery rate stands above 94%. And Prime Minister Narendra Modi says India will have a vaccine against coronavirus in next few weeks. Hello and welcome to Impact News. You're watching Primetime English Bulletin. I'm Joyshree Usham. To stay protected from coronavirus, wash your hands frequently, wear your mask properly and maintain a safe distance. Now the top stories and latest news at this hour. Chief Minister Nongthongpam Biren announced various assurances today. Among them include opening of 100 to 150 bedded COVID-19 dedicated hospital at Jennings in a week, opening of state cancer hospital at Jennings complex, ex gratia amount of 10 lakh rupees to late Nambol OC Premchand, and a government job to his bereaved family, CM Gallantry Award to late Nambol OC Premchand, promotion of international woman footballer Ngangom Bala to inspector, and allotment of one vehicle each to 6 ADC. He was speaking at Emergent Manipur, an event held at City Convention Center in Palace Compound today in celebration of achieving India Today's Most Improved Small State Overall and Law and Order Award 2020. The Chief Minister also declared that government's Go to Hills mission, which has been hindered owing to COVID-19 pandemic, will resume by December 9, and as a part of it, state cabinet meeting will be held in Senapati district. He assured that Senapati district's women's market shed will be constructed without further delay. He also appealed for communal harmony and unity for progressing the state. The Chief Minister launched Manipur Mental Helpline number 140 on the occasion. Deputy Chief Minister Yumnam Joykumar, Cabinet Ministers, MLAs, bureaucrats and police officers took part in the event.
Dedicated COVID hospital, at least minimum 100 bed labor, Jennings kita koi dongan nama, anu sih 100% berapa within weeks launch already later ni, aduga koi private hospitals in this koi True Health Department, Municipal Secretary Health or private hospitals in this at least COVID ki bed koi thamgoda bani hai bagi, koi madugi coordination committee siang re, adagi casualty mortality rate handana bagi. Kali ini ramai tu pulau hai tu koi yang punna khana rakanda koi fact finding yumdagi head initial stage la esmasi COVID chingai ni na tauga ai mo naro re ai family loi na hai fan khawro ko kana khangore kitang chingai nei yen kana test aure oiram me isolation 14 days later hidat sare fare timely da horogadi loi na COVID.
Director of Health Services Dr. K. Rajo has disclosed that CMOs concerned have been apprised to submit relevant reports to initiate return of money taken from the families of those who died of COVID-19. He was responding to Impact News query at the weekly media update on COVID-19 held at Health Directorate in Lamphilpat today. Dr. K. Rajo also assured to improve communication between the Health Directorate and the relevant DCs regarding funeral expenses of COVID deceased.
CMO na DC dagi collection torga DC ga coordinate torga CMO na thagal ka daba CMO na si chakre ekoi pau pi chakre CMO da adubu masi hana tawdaba thaba bu oibani na hana tawdaba gi he hobudi hona koi tawdre manam di sibagi jaga si once sigarga di ekoi ne DC da sinagi mina DC na kari tawge si ekoi na aham da di khangdaba adu ko na sum khang pa detect torpa aduna hojiti CMO da koi order issue tawjagre CMO na moina akoi ne requirement se hana gi orsu hojiki orgasu proposal thagalo ne order pijagre madu yakoi coordinate aptanga tawraga I paw aptanga pijarage adu yakoi ne support tawge yakoi na masi support tawbige na koi na administrative department na harakpadagi yakoi ne CMO da paw piba CMO dagi moi de yorum da baya maram di thabak sinabadagi ko adu koi aptanga hojiki gap to tashanana ba aptanga hona jagi.
State Health Directorate has appeals to the public to get tested for COVID-19 on time. Speaking to media at a press briefing, Health Director Dr. K. Raju said 77 coronavirus infected people have died within 24 hours of hospitalization out of the total COVID-19 fatalities of Manipur. He said some deceased had comorbid conditions and even 2 healthcare workers have succumbed to COVID-19 in the state. Dr. Raju also said 52 people died within 48 hours and 33 people died within 72 hours of hospitalization. He added that COVID fatality rate in the age group of 61 to 75 is the highest with 107 deaths so far, and fatality rate between the age group of 46 to 60 years stands second. The health director also mentioned that there are 2 deaths in the age group of newborn to 15 years so far. Out of the total 294 deaths recorded till yesterday, the doctor said 209 were females and 85 were males.
Aduga number of deaths within 24 hours of hospitalization si 77 oiba aduga 48 hours si manung da sibasina 52 oiba phangi si 24 hours si manung da sibasina 77 khwadi wangeba masina tapadi khara khangjal laga leraga hena phasalaktra kan da lae habse moi maximum di sumaina koina fighting si phangeba masing ma phangi aduna yakoi matam sana laing ba matam sana detect tawba koi nasu matam sana test tawbiba moi nasu matam sana nungai trial ka thopiraba yam thuna hospitalize torga treatment asi lobosi darkar oi habse masiba phangi
ICU da last patient singi criteria si koi ri yo ko matam adigi refer to ko matam sida mo koi yam na respect sana la ko ICU da sang ko si number 1 da ma gi clinical condition everything adigi Nari bilai na dugi matung ini sulai ne, atau pemana sehingga isu yang itu pemana ne, oxygen support nampak masih restless nampak.
Now we have today's Manipur's COVID-19 update. One death case in the last 24 hours. As per State Health Department and COVID-19 Command Control Room press release at 5 p.m. today, Manipur's total confirmed COVID-19 cases have reached 25,691. In the last 24 hours, one COVID-19 patient from Thoubal has passed away. With this, death toll has reached 295. With this, the total number of recovered cases have reached 22,445. State's recovery rate improves to 87.36%. Infected persons are 150 from the general population and 5 are personnel of Central Armed Police Force. Infected persons from the general population are 46 from Imphal West, 42 from Imphal East District, 14 from Tamenglong District, 11 each from Bishnupur and Kakching Districts, 7 from Ukhrul, 6 from Kangpokpi, 5 from Churachandpur, 3 from Thoubal, 2 each from Zirbam and Chandel Districts, and 1 from Senapati Districts. All are locals without any significant travel history. The state currently has 2,948 active cases of COVID-19. Newly infected persons from the general population are locals without any significant travel history. They are being shifted to COVID care facilities and necessary measures are underway. Congress MLA K. Ranjit has criticized the BJP-led state government of not acknowledging the significance of opposition parties in governance. He was speaking at the reception of new Congress party members who have left the BJP yesterday. Development Committee Wangu organized the event at Wangu Laifam Awang Chinga Lekai and Wangu Mamang Sabal in Sugnu constituency. MLA Ranjit claimed that progress of Sugnu constituency in the recent by-election. He said Congress government had always carried out works without differentiating between opposition and ruling parties. MLA K. Ranjit alleged the BJP of forcing government employees, including VDF personnel and peons, to cast their votes for BJP in the recent Wangoi by-poll. He also alleged the CPI for supporting the BJP for a ransom by withdrawing participation in the by-poll to Wangjing Tenta Assembly constituency in the last minute.
Government party hadna chief minister ni cabinet minister ni na moi na pang tau to ba oi moi na aram to ba oi nigam chum na to ba ni ha bise masi law na ba ki to position koi lai ri bane adu ki mak ni assembly da law na ri ba ngang na ri ba paisa kairam dai budget pass to ram dai da to da ru paisa se kara kara sin do no ha na mamang ki kai thoki ba chahi ki paisa sin la na sin na kai no ha ba na ching ba khana ri ba nei nei se si ki asoi ba mayam se law ba hai se ai duty ne Government
Supply of water from Langdum Water Supply Scheme OLT under Prime Minister Jal Jeevan Mission for residents of Kairao Makting in Kairao constituency started today. Speaking on the occasion, Kairao MLA and State Planning Board Deputy Chairman Laurembam Rameshwar assured of providing water to residents of remaining areas under the funding of World New Development Bank in the near future. The initiation program was held at Kairao Makting Thongkong, attended by Kairao Makting Gram Panchayat Pradhan MD Bashiruddin, Imphal PHE Division Executive Engineer Y. Sarat and locals. The MLA mentioned that residents of Kairao Urup, Kairao Wangkhem and Kiamgai Shantipur have already been provided water. He also said repair of roads in the constituency will begin with help from Works Minister under centrally sponsored schemes and by utilizing funds from MLA Local Area Development Fund. MLA L. Rameshwar also appealed to people's representatives and social workers to carry out welfare activities, keeping aside any communal interests for the overall welfare and progress of the society.
Hoki wasoi bakar dagi kamunen policy or maiter maiter na kare pahani ang daba pahana kare maiter ang daba thing sara besi da adum hoki thai ni chak to mo am honor ko se kare ko labi sema mata ni si jaga si da ko lagam de ma polo mata da labi da yopi thadra ko kawan labi sana da so apon am bi mai da ko lo hoki basa hi da sing ka ge ko ka de na ka kamai ka he base ai na sin maya ma social media da Let's meet the Hari Greso. Laka available, Miam, the common Karana, or Kahan, I was there. She surely will live. Miami, Sebato, social worker, Hargadi, Ishana Zuka, who told Tosi, Fabrically Yam, Sebato, Harry, Tamosiana, Nipa, Homa, Toto, Yuka, Mukari, Kudom, the Fruka, Posala, Toto, we said with the mind, the morning to the one. I said, finally, possessing a Ubina.
Kundrakpam MLA Dhokchom Lokeshwar has said that various projects are being taken for the development of Kundrakpam Assembly constituency. Speaking to media at his quarter in Babupara today, MLA Lokeshwar said that his constituency does not criticize any particular political parties. He said he has been interacting with youths of his constituency to lead them to the right direction.
I want to Sabi Observatory, she BGB Vinashini, Commission, Senior Shin have to rather soon like Kadu Kadun to later on. I am paying a Pandridi, saying liar the Lady can say, as he came as Manipur station. So, one of the Agi came, Sokum Totai, Pradai Sabato Jagan, Pradaya Kuto, and a Takuto city by Udre, and I only hand them like Habamatanda. I will sacrifice for the sake of my constituency. Atamna MLA Odia de Natragai Minister de Pandu out there have the pushing to it of the road.
YLYC, a local club of Nongsum, has appeals to the government and civil bodies to trace the 60-year-old Sagulsem Tiloka from Nongsum who has gone missing in New Delhi. It may be mentioned that she left her rented home at Delhi's Ashram Sunlight Colony 2 near Mother Dairy on November 24 afternoon. Speaking to media at Manipur Press Club today, YLYC Nongsum General Secretary K. Lamphel said Tolika was a babysitter to a child of Kwerakpam Bipin Chandra and his wife K.H. Kerodasana from Sekmai Makhalekai. She has been looking after their child since November 6. The couple reportedly assured Tolika's family of treating her health condition and to make gold ornaments for her. She was kept at Kerodasana's maternal home at Sagolmang for a week since October 23 before leaving for New Delhi on November 6. The couple allegedly banned Tolika from speaking to her family since she last video called them on November 13 as she expressed desires to return home. Bipin Chandra had filed a police complaint on November 25, but she remains untraceable till date. Tolika's daughter, Irom Ongbi Ahanbi, appeals to the relevant authorities to trace her mother at the earliest.
Moina khoida haire numit tare ni mukti akhoi gi mai nga kanam ta haidok phirakinu laikai de so haidok biginu akhoi imung masen si matang numit tare ni phok tang de akhoi ta chance piu si thibagi tanja do khoi logjage na har pudi moina su police ta affair mayam tawe hai social media da mayam ma thagle adubu akhoi ta chapcha ba du gi report ti khoi de joji bo khangla bu su leite mang ri ba ine se khoi gi Manipur sarkar amadi Manipur da leba civil society organization khudimangna ine se phangna bona bada Delhi sarkar da pangbi ba mateng pangbiraga ine sibu che han bi ma ki machanu pi gi mukhuta tek ta kaidana yehon birangna da mateng pangbina ba haidana appeal tawjar.
All Zirbam United Clubs Association Azuka appreciates Manipuri Students Federation MSF for submitting a memorandum to the state government to take measures for improving government schools in the state. Press release from Azuka urged the government and authorities concerned to fulfill the demands included in the memorandum at the earliest. Imphal West Traffic Police Wings detained traffic violators in various places of the district today. The team, under the supervision of Traffic SP Krishnam Sarma, detained violators and issued them fines. Speaking to media, Traffic Police urged vehicle owners to carry relevant vehicle documents. They also appealed to drivers of four-wheelers to abide by traffic rules and regulations and riders of two-wheelers to wear helmets at all times. They also appealed to parents not to let their underage children drive vehicles. IRB personnel carried out an awareness drive on wearing face masks to protect from coronavirus at Haikrumakong today. The team was led by 6 IRB Deputy Commandant A. Basant under the overall supervision of 6 IRB Commandant M. Kumarjit. 44 waiting list candidates of Manipur Rifles Male Constable Recruitment 2016 who have completed verification process have demanded to give them joining letters by December 20. Speaking to media at Manipur Press Club today, spokesperson of the batch, Shivrati, warned of launching agitation from December 21st if their demand is not met within the deadline. He said the results of the recruitment carried out in 2016 came out last year. He also said verification of the waiting list candidates were completed in June this year.
Verification ji chaurangna tha mukti changa hairu akhoi nuji laijare ji tha manga taruk phajale December ji lori tha taruk phajale huji bo join bi dre akhoi gi honorable pabung bn gi pulung chingjan jaboina press ki khutang da hajare aduga December gi date 20 boki manung jida karigumba akhoi join gi process to bida targadi home department gi maikai amdi Manipur government gi maikai da makhal makha kya gi education sanction jaragani verification ji chaurangna tha mukti changa hairu akhoi nuji.
Now it's time for a small commercial break. After the break, we bring you updates on coronavirus cases in India and the world. Keep watching Impact News. Welcome back after the break. You're watching Primetime English Bulletin. India's COVID-19 tally has crossed 95,71,559 with 36,595 new cases reported in the last 24 hours. Country's recovered cases have reached 90,16,289 and recovery rate has improved to 94.20%. As per the Union Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, death toll has reached 1,39,188 and active COVID-19 cases have come down to 4,16,082. Maharashtra is still on top with above 86,000 active cases of COVID-19, followed by Kerala with above 61,000 active cases. Globally, coronavirus has infected above 6,56,69,000 people. Above 1,05,14,000 people have died and recoveries are above 4,55,29,000. USA is on top with more than 56,90,000 active cases of COVID-19, followed by India and Brazil. While China, from where the pandemic started, the country is at the 72nd position with just 271 active cases of COVID-19. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has said that the country will have a vaccine against coronavirus in the next few weeks. Addressing the all-party meeting today, Prime Minister Narendra Modi informed that Indian scientists are confident of coming up with a vaccine against the corona menace in the next few weeks. He said 8 possible vaccine candidates are under different phases of trials in the country. The Prime Minister said that the world is looking towards India for a cost-efficient and effective vaccine against the pandemic. He also said that through the collaborative efforts of the scientific fraternity, the country will deliver a viable option for mass vaccination in the near future. Prime Minister Narendra Modi informed that the vaccination program in the country will commence after a note from the research scientists. The all-political party meeting, which lasted for around 3 hours, was attended by floor leaders of both houses of parliament. Union ministers Amit Shah, Rajnath Singh and Dr. Harshvardhan were also present in the meeting. Congress leader Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary and Gulab Nabi Azad, TMC leader Sudeep Bandoya Padhe, DMK leader T.R. Balu, NCP patron Sharad Pawar and party leaders from other political parties participated in the virtual meeting. Dr. Anthony Fauci, the top U.S. infectious disease expert, has criticized the United Kingdom for rushing through the authorization process for a coronavirus vaccine. He has said that the UK was not as rigorous as the United States health authorities in its COVID-19 vaccine approval process. The UK on Wednesday became the first country in the world to approve the Pfizer-BioNTech vaccine for the coronavirus. The 79-year-old expert has said that US experts really scrutinize data very carefully to guarantee to the public that this is a safe and efficacious vaccine. He added that they have a gold standard of a regulatory approach with the US Food and Drug Administration FDA. Dr. Anthony Fauci criticized that the UK did not do it as carefully and they got a couple of days ahead. The Pfizer-BioNTech is the fastest ever vaccine to go from concept to reality, taking only 10 months to follow the same developmental steps that normally span a decade. The United Kingdom has defended its approval process and said that jab is safe and effective. Final rites of late BSF Sub-Inspector Pautin Sadgaite was performed today. BSF Sector Headquarters Manipur DIG H. Subon 182 Battalion BSF Commandant Vikas Kumar, BSF top officials and personnel, and members of various organizations and associations paid floral tributes to late Pautin Sadgaite at the ceremony held at his birthplace in Mapao Kuki village of Kangpokpi district. Speaking at the ceremony, DIG H. Subon declared that BSF has recommended Pautin Sadgaite for the prestigious Shaurya Chakra Award in acknowledgement of his supreme sacrifice and devotion to duty. He eulogized SI Pautin Sadgaite for his exemplary courage and valor and asserted that he was a gallant and sincere border man. He mentioned that late Pautin Sadgaite not only retaliated to the enemy's attack but also saved many of his colleagues' lives. The DIG assured to extend necessary assistance to his bereaved family. It may be mentioned that Sub-Inspector of BSF 59 Battalion, Pautin Sadgaite, was killed in an unprovoked ceasefire violation by Pakistani troops along the line of control LOC in Rajouri on December 1st.
ma phogat pa ngam ni ma no ka pa ga militants ni fight to ro adu la chi de ma si sanu me baru pan ja phaudo ki de ma si chok ne hala pan ni ta be ni ma khud adu me kam dar mu ko ni kam dar mu da wan da na ta ki ne sai kam da baru re mu tung da ma si khud ta ma gi nearest army post ki doctor ma da ma ji pura ga training to ko adu la chi de ma gi hawai na sang khado zakre ma si matam da martyr ho gele army am sabo guarantee wala wala sore sakra do koi BSF site ki ma se recommend to kare ai asa to ni na de soi de ma sore sakra soi na phangane na do koi mayam su prayer to mina se ma sore sakra phangta ga de koi si ki district ta sore sakra phangba han ma ma hoi do ni ban de am over reward de.
Celebrating Sankirtana of Manipur, an event to commemorate the inclusion of Manipur's Nata Sankirtana in India's intangible cultural heritage of humanity by UNESCO, was held today. Jawaharlal Nehru Manipur Dance Academy, along with Intellectual Forum of Northeast, organized the program. Speaking on the occasion, Education Minister Sorakaibam Rajan highlighted the rich culture and traditions left by the forefathers. He urged the present and upcoming generations to preserve and promote the rich cultural heritage of the state. Jain MDA Vice Chairman Professor N. Tombi, MP Lok Sabha Dr. R.K. Ranjan and Kakching MLA M. Rameshwar also graced the event held at Jain MDA Auditorium.
Aikoigi Lajariba, Lining Lashore, Aikoigi culture Zibu, Aikoina, Hanbada, Nak Shenba, Darkaro, Marundi. Aikoigi Pai Pushing Aikoigi the Makta, Hawaii upon Hapiram Magai, Iramdam, Irepa, Manipur, Ning Tambaga, Hawaii, Sinaraga, Nasigi Miron, the Makta, Aikoida Tambiram. Loina Aikoigi the Makta, culture, the Ishagi Wajaba, traditional Oba dress, the Toman Hiram Pudding Makta, Aikoigi the Makta Tambiram Mayamuna, Masak, Adukimatic Tambiram Baduna. Manipur se sana lepak Manipur haidana aikogi watta padaba hiram khudimakta culture da yenga so aidagi aikogi identity adagi aikogi hiram khudimakta yenga kanda aikoi watta padaba dugumba lamdam mamani haidana aikogi hiramdam Manipur se aikoi sana lepak Manipur haidana aikoi ngasi singtha biram.
The 7th International Sankirtana Day was also observed at ISKCON Mani Mandir today. The 7th International Sankirtana Day Celebration Committee, along with various Sankirtana organizations and associations across the state, organized the event. Retired directors of Jain Manipur Dance Academy, L. Upendro and Aribam Brajakumar were among those present at the event. Talks on Nata Sankirtana and cultural items highlighted the event. Mahosha Kanva Loop has laid a foundation for a temple of Kaubru Ipa Ima on Kaubru Laifamland Hills. The foundation was laid following instruction from Chief Minister Nongthumam Biren and Rajya Sabha MP Leshemba Sanajauba. Angom Poiriton, son of Angom Ningthau, laid the foundation stone. Thangta performances highlighted the event. Koke Film Development Association, Kofida, held its first mid-come-advent Christmas celebrations at Sahai Bung Pig in Kangpokpi district today. Kofida President Lethang Dongel, General Secretary Mang Niao Tauthang, Vice President Khailun Khongsai, and many Kuki actors, actresses, and filmmakers took part in the event. State-level Nupilal Ningsing Lamjel organizing committee notifies that the annual state-level Nupilal Ningsing Lamjel to mark Nupilal Memorial Day on December 12 has been cancelled this year owing to the prevailing COVID-19 situation. General Secretary of Anti-Drug Joint Committee Kairang Kumidog, MD Anwar Shah, has appealed for public support in curbing drugs menace. Anti-Drug Joint Committee Kairang Kumidog and Users Connection and Support Committee Kangleipak UCSCK organized a press meet in this regard at Khabai Shoi today. Speaking to media, MD Anwar Shah said they will continue their anti-drugs drives in line with state government's war against drugs.
Committee ani sina ngasi phawda ikoina drive sida nisa chabasi hana ikoi phagalabaga ikoina coordinate tawriba center rehabilitation center da ikoi mioi chani muk thamjakre hairiba mioi chani si koi leita lairaba imung manung sudum yaurame center du da thambangam daba puthopangam daba paisa aduba ikoi gi committee ani sina ikoi puthokcharaga angamba sing adu guardian singi mateng pangaga angang sing du butungi lambi da pharakna ba ikoi sinbada ikoi committee sina mateng laujari Manipur de gi ikoi drug muthatpa War Against the Drug Awareness Program Hariba Kongjang Sida Ikoi Matung Taba Soikum Manipuri Mafam Kutim Changchan Jikani Changchan Jagani Loyana Hariba Anti Drug Joint Committee Amadi UCSCK Hariba Organization Anisina Ikoina Mafam Kudimakta Garigumba Drive Lapamatamda Mafam Dugi Ikoi Lekai Dugi Civil Organization Club Sangsan Singna Mateng Pangbada Pangbiu Hajari.
Anal Naga Tangpi Anta has condemned the act of scattering pamphlets allegedly by Kangku Petha volunteers with threatening and senseless contents against the Anal community, apex bodies and political figures on the night of November 24. President of Anta Pamring said that the pamphlets include the name of state leaders and mainly the Anal community.
Apex body mayam antana chingba ALT anal student gi anal women gi ASR duga anal Christian forum gi hoi community gi apex body mayam se haithiba pochai khara yawbada koi se nuai tudana chumde haina meeting asina koi condemn towi nuai te asigum se ekoi gi community naknava community sing busu masi gi che sida seranna panba pochu khara yawi Akoi Antagi platform degi Anal Jati gi pumnamak akoi masi posi condemn toy.
A combined team of Imphal West District Commando and 15 Assam Rifles has arrested a suspected active member of proscribed UNLF from Paidinga Crossing. The arrested person is 44-year-old Ngangom Shanta, alias Mamo, alias Michael, son of late Krishna. Impact News sources said Shanta was arrested yesterday at around 2:30 p.m. Reportedly, he started working under UNLF since December last year under the UNLF's commander of Imphal East District, Major Tomba Macha, and self-styled Captain Ranjit. Accused Ashanta is said to be involved in various extortion cases. He has been handed over to Segmai Police Station for further investigation. The two suspected cadres of proscribed KCP MJC arrested in Bihar were produced in front of the Chief Judicial Magistrate of Imphal West via video conferencing today. They have been remanded into 8 days of police custody for necessary investigations. It may be mentioned that the Bihar police arrested them from Chanakya Chowk, Jogbani in Bihar in possession of 3 explosives on November 29. The arrested persons are one self-styled finance secretary of the proscribed outfit, 32-year-old Longjam Arjun alias Nowboy alias Ingba Maite, son of L. Budhi of Samurao Makhalekai, and self-styled assistant finance secretary, 31-year-old Naurem Dilip alias Wangamba, son of late and Dolendro of Singjamai Makha Naurem Lekai. A team of Manipur police went to Bihar to bring them back on November 30. And the team brought them back in Imphal yesterday morning. A combined team of Assam Rifles, of Spear Corps and Manipur Police has arrested a suspected insurgent of Proscribed Liberation Tiger of Tribals (LTT) along with some weapons in their search operation. He was arrested from Pangai Bazar in Imphal East District. One 9mm pistol, 7 live bullets and a magazine were seized from him. Meanwhile, the team also arrested another suspected insurgent from Yangangpokpi Bazar in Imphal East District. One magazine, one 2mm pistol and 2 live bullets have been seized from him. Both of them have been handed over to the relevant police stations for further investigations. More Battalion 43 Assam Rifles has distributed relief materials to widows below the poverty line in More town today. Colonel Sumit Sood, commanding officer 43 Assam Rifles, distributed food and other essential items to 150 widows who are living below the poverty line. The relief materials distribution program was held at helipad of Assam Rifles. The program was attended by, apart from Colonel Sumit Sood, Commandant Officer 43 Assam Rifles, his better half Priyanka Sood, Major Rajiv, and leaders of various CSOs of More town were present on the occasion. Medical Officer of Territorial Army under the supervision of Headquarters 21 Sector Assam Rifles and Inspector General Assam Rifles East has safely delivered a baby. The mother is 24-year-old Sintwillu from Kaimai Naga. Army Medical Officer provided medical assistance after Oinam PHC Dr. Gangmei requested for it. The mother and the baby have been referred to District Hospital for further treatment. 13-day training on pre-cocoon technology kicked off in Zirbam district today. District Sericulture Farm Zirbam organized the event at Sericulture Office at Zirbam's Bidyanagar. Zirbam SDO S. Indrajit, Assistant Director Sericulture Zirbam P. Robindro and Assistant Inspector of Schools ZDO Zirbam M. Imochauba attended the event. Members of Armed Sport Association ASA Manipur have condoled the untimely demise of former armed sport player Oinam Loya alias Jagadish, a son of Oinam Bishorjit from Wangkai. India made an impressive 11-run victory over Australia to take 1-0 lead in the first T20 international match today. In the first match played at Manuka Stadium at Canberra, Australia won the toss and opted to bowl first. Batting first, India made 161 runs for 20 overs with 7 wickets down. Lokesh, Rahul and Ravindra Jadeja made 51 and 41 runs respectively, while Australia's bowler M. Henriques took 3 wickets. Responding to which, batting second, Australia made 150 runs for 20 overs with 7 wickets down and lost the match by 11 runs. Aaron Finch and D. Short made 35 and 34 runs respectively, while India's bowlers Jusvendra Chahal and T. Natranjan took 3 wickets each. India's bowler Jusvendra Chahal was adjudged player of the match. Second match will be played at Sydney Cricket Ground on December 6. Now, before we end, let's take a look at the headlines once again. Chief Minister Nongthongman Biren announces various assurances, including opening of over 100 bedded COVID-19 dedicated hospital at Jennings in a week. Health Director Dr. K. Rajo says CMOs concerned have been asked to submit relevant reports to return funeral expenses taken from families of those who died of COVID-19. Manipur reports 155 new COVID-19 cases and 1 death case in last 24 hours. Death toll reaches 295. Congress MLA K. Ranjit slams BJP-led state government of failing to acknowledge the significance of opposition parties in governance.